Alright, Virgo, going to do your February mid-month reading for February 2022. What does Virgo need to know for mid-month February 2022? Spiritual strength. Okay, with this card, Virgo, it's basically saying that whatever's going on in your life right now, that you have everything you need within you to get through it, spiritually in every way possible. And so, you know, I don't know how many of you are really like very spiritual. I know a few, but it's basically saying that you're strong enough to get through it. And of course, I will pull more cards to clarify this card, but I wanted to do a 5-card reading because I was only doing shorts previously, so I wanted to do a 5-card reading for all signs for February mid-month. And basically I can tell you more about this card as more cards, you know, come out. Alright, so what else does Virgo need to know for February mid-month 2022? What else does Virgo need to know for February mid-month 2022? What else does Virgo need to know for February mid-month 2022? Alright, base chakra. So basically, Virgo, the base chakra is the card. It's basically this is the chakra responsible for grounding. And so, like I've said in the other videos, the base chakra basically is or the chakras itself. You have 7 main chakras, and they are connected to your endocrine glands. And an example of your endocrine gland would be your thyroid or your adrenals. So when the base chakra is out of sorts, you might feel a lot of anxiety. You might be feeling like you know, you're not grounded, like, you know, basically on shaky ground. And it's basically telling you that you have all the spiritual, you know, strength that you need, but you need to balance this chakra, because if it's not balanced, you're going to feel weak. You're going to feel depleted. You're going to feel like, you know, finances are not right. You're going to be worrying about money, things like that. And so, you know, the only, you know, especially if you're having a lot of anxiety, Virgos tend to have a lot of, you know, anxiety because they rule the stomach. And so, you know, you have a big bundle of nerves there around in your solar plexus area, and that connects to your brain. So your thoughts, being that you're such an analytical sign, can basically cause you to have anxiety. And if you're a type of Virgo that is always nervous or anxiety ridden, you also need to look at your diet, because if you are smoking or if you're drinking coffee, caffeine or anything with caffeine in it, those are stimulants, and they stimulate the nervous system. And I'm sure a lot of you didn't know that, and I've told some Virgos myself that I've known in my personal life, and they don't do anything about it. They just keep talking about like what's wrong with them and saying nothing helps. Well, you need to look at your diet and take care of, you know, any type of stimulants that you're on. You need to get rid of them, because you are a very, you know, Gemini, Mercury, Virgo, they all rule the nerves. And that's why you do a lot of the cleaning that you do. Like, you know, when you get nervous, you start to clean, because you got to be doing something. Always doing something. You know, you might also find yourself sacrificing a lot of stuff that you don't need to do. Like, you know, sacrificing you to the point that you are depleted and you feel like you're not grounded. But that's basically what it's saying is grounded. And, you know, when that's out of whack, like, you know, ways to ground is to walk barefoot, you know, on the ground. But the ultimate way that I've seen is you can buy these, you know, you can buy like a grounding pillowcase, grounding sheets. You can buy, you know, on Amazon, you can buy like grounding cords, cables. They go on like, you know, static, you know, straps, and you can sit around in the house and have that constant, you know, constant connection to the earth. And that's what everybody needs, and they don't realize it. If you look at animals, they sit there and they show you all the time, like, you know, a lot of animals, you know, I know certain Virgos and people have seen that, where animals, you buy them a bed and whatever else, and they still want to sleep on the floor. And there's a reason for that. It's because they want the, you know, the energy of the earth, which helps them stay grounded all the time. You know, and I blame like the shoe companies a lot, because the shoe companies, you know, when they started making shoes with rubber in them, they didn't make them to where we could still, you know, get that connection through the earth, and then it would cause us to be unbalanced and ungrounded. But a lot of it is your mind. You know, you're too much in your head. You need to kind of, you know, meditate. You need to, you know, cleanse your chakras. Another way to balance that, which is, it'll at least cleanse it I can't really say that it'll balance you. It'll help ground you a little bit, but I've said this in my other videos. It seems a lot of chakra stuff is coming up today, so you should take you a chakra test to see where you're at. And your chakras should be just active. They shouldn't be overactive or underactive. If they're leaning more to the to one than the other, then you've got an issue there that you need to take care of. So you can Google chakra test, and it will show you where you're at. And it gives you something to look at. You can read about it on there. There's techniques. I recommend meditation, those grounding cores that I told you about, and also just like on the YouTube videos, the sound therapy. But if you're just listening to one and not all of them, you want to bounce them all, because if you bounce one and the other one's out of whack, then it'll carry over to the next one. It's kind of like how ships, they make those compartments, kind of like on the Titanic, where the water kind of shifts the compartments or whatever, goes in different compartments. It's like that. You want to have even balance between them. So that that basically, that card to me is basically telling you that you've got what it takes. You've got the strength that you need. You're not balanced, and it's making you feel like you can't go or you can't move. So ground yourself. You can even ground yourself in the sand. But I recommend, like I said, that those chords or meditation or prayer, whatever works for you. Take it how it resonates. Okay, so what else does Virgo need to know for mid-month, February 22? What else does Virgo need to know for February mid-month 2022? What else does Virgo need to know for February mid-month 2022? Shit. So y'all's energy is scattered because the whole deck is flying. Like, try to get one card and the deck falls completely to pieces. Ground yourself. Lay off that caffeine. What else does Virgo need to know for February mid-month 2022? Alright. Rejoice in celebration. So, I feel like that that root chakra is what's keeping you from doing this. And once you conquer this and balance this and learn a little bit of lessons on your chakras, you will start to see this. And some of you are already starting to see this, but I feel like all this, you'll have cause for to celebrate certain things in your life. I feel like some of it has to do with jobs or like a promotion or raise, and some of them is like I'm getting something about some like a grandchild being born or someone being pregnant, something like that you're celebrating and that you will be celebrating. So take it how it resonates. What else does Virgo need to know in regards? Basically mid-month February 2022. What other messages does Virgo need to know? Alright, so see, I was telling you about the solar plexus, and that's where those nerves that I was telling you about. So let me put this here because people were having trouble seeing it before. Alright, so your solar plexus is your will center, okay? So you need to balance those chakras and realize that a lot of times, I know Virgos, you have a lot of stomach problems, and it's basically, it's due to your nerves. You have this huge bundle in there, like I was saying. So because of that, in your mind, it tends to go, gets out of whack really easy. So something else you need to incorporate is definitely probiotics in your diet. If you're not eating them, you'll see the difference in that, because that's where you get your serotonin, and gut health is extremely important, because like I said, it's all connected to those nerves and to your brain. So if you're experiencing any type of fogginess or anything like that, or not being able to think straight or confusion, you need to look into probiotics. And so you can get that yogurt if you're if you don't like the animal type of probiotics, you can get it through supplements, vegan stuff like that. But those are two centers that are basically showing you, and what it's showing you, it's because this one's out of whack, like I was saying before, it's causing this one to be. It's your thinking, you're too much in your head, so you need to just relax and meditate and breathe. And if you don't believe in meditation, for the ones of you that have children, I know you believe and know that the breath helps with pain and childbirth. So breathing is essential. If meditation is against your religion or something like that, well then practice some Navy SEAL breathing. Whatever works, whatever resonates. I realize, Virgo, you're very hard people sometimes to please, because you're so critical. And although you serve a purpose, and that's great, just know that there's no such thing really as perfection, you know. And the more you try to perfect stuff in life, the more it'll throw you again out of whack. So I'm not going to say there isn't no such thing, but you got to realize there's a lot of creative energies on this planet. You know, everybody's a creator, so people view perfection in a different way. You know, everybody has their own, you know, basic idea of what perfection is. So just be careful, you know, trying to make everything perfect. You drive yourself insane. And, you know, if you're waiting on someone else to show you what perfect is, you might as well stop that, because, like I said, everybody's got a different idea of how it is. So you might want to take the reins yourself. But just make sure you do it from a balanced perspective and a balanced mind, you know. Work on those chakras and clear that energy. Otherwise, it'll manifest in disease, and then you'll be sick, you know. Don't want that. Right, so what else does Virgo need to know for February mid-month 2022? This will come out. Obstacles and challenges. Okay, so your obstacles and challenges that you're basically experiencing in the external world are basically a reflection of your inner world. So again, these chakras, those are your inner, it's your inner self. They need to be balanced. And if you're experiencing all that and that's going on, that's a part of the problem, if not the majority of the problem. You know, now if you're the type of person, or Virgo, or however you want to look at it or say it, if you're the type that's blaming everybody else in your life for your problems, then you need to learn that you are a creator, a co-creator, just like everybody else is. And if you don't take responsibility for your actions, then you're not gonna be able to be balanced, and you're not gonna have your power. You got to take your power back. You cannot sit there and blame everybody else for everything that's not right in your life. It's up to you. You are the creator. You're the one that's making it happen. And then once you do it, if it doesn't work out, or if you make bad decisions, you can't sit there and put the blame on somebody else. You have to take it back, man, and forgive those people and do whatever you need to do, and realize that every decision that was ever made in your lifetime that you had a hand in it, you basically had a hand in it. Right there, it couldn't have been made unless you made it. And you can say, oh, well, my parents, made this for me, or whatever. Well, that might have been the case, but is that the case now? Are you still listening to your parents? Are you still abiding, doing everything they tell you to do? Well, you might want to stop that. Whatever it is, and whoever's, whichever Virgos that I'm actually connecting to, I feel this strongly. This is what this is, and and I know y'all well enough. I don't know you all personally, of course, because there's so many. That's why I say take what resonates. But I know how your energy is. I'm a Gemini, so you're basically like my sister as far as the zodiac comes, because we're both ruled by planet Mercury. So we both have that mercurial mind, that analytical mind, and it requires balance. So take responsibility for your actions and step it up, and you'll feel so much better when you do. And then also release all those people in your life that are toxic, that are telling you that you can't do it, that you can't do it, or if they're all up in your face in your ear telling you should do this and do this. Trust what you feel. Okay, Virgo, I hope this helps you, and if you have any questions or anything, all the information will be below the video in the subscription box. But also, if you're looking for personal readings or anything like that, that information will be in there as well. And I hope this 5-card reading was better than the shorts that I was doing, and I hope it helps you, and have a blessed day. Thank you for watching.